Another mastermind hit. Another mastermind hit.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mastamynd here at 420 Live, Ohio. Welcome back to another episode. Got a couple things going on we need to get through today. So I'm going to ask what I always ask everybody is, what you medicating on today, on Friday. I also want to let you know I changed a few things. The ticker might look a little bit different than it did before. I changed it to make it a little bit easier to read. I am giving you additional information at the bottom of the screen that I might not actually be saying out loud. So make sure you pay attention to that because there might be some useful information in there for you. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and start off with discussing the issue that happened last weekend. Many of you have heard about it. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. Yeah, see, I changed the way the comments show up too. So now that's a little bit different. What's up, JR? Get the catfish in there. Ah, yes. Look at that. Second breakfast. That's right. 36%. Oh, wow. All right. So it's good to see the new comments are working here. As you can see, I made it a little bit bigger, a little bit easier to read, and now we're calling it the live social chat. The weed feed has been upgraded. All right. So back to what I was going to get into is this issue that happened with Clutch Cannabis last weekend. One of their employees made some derogatory comments towards some patients on a Facebook group, Ohio Marijuana Discussion Group. That those comments were sent to Clutch Cannabis on the 29th of April via email, and within 48 hours or whatever, I think that they put out a statement, and then later on they put out another statement that employee is no longer with the company. So they terminated the employee that was working there. Also, something about them making a donation somewhere. You'll have to read that on their social media. I'm not going to post it for them. And then they offered a discount for 30% for one day. It was supposed to be a lot more than one dispensary, but it was select dispensary chains. It wasn't everybody. And so, you know, Clutch, if you're watching this, I think you should have made the sale a little bit longer. But I know that, it it was a last minute thing, so I don't think a lot of people had time to plan for it. Hey, Miss Tiffany, good to see you here. Welcome back. I love the way you guys' photo shows up on here now. It looks so much clearer. I can see your pictures and everything. Yeah, looking good there, Taser X. And I like the way everybody shows up on here now. It's pretty cool. Slap wagon. I want to know, how is the slap wagon pod? But long story short, Clutch didn't condone or support the statements made. They're doing pretty good. I would say you're right on that, Miss Tiffany. They are doing pretty good, and I think that this is a lesson for all the other LLC owners out there to make sure that they have a discussion with their employees about social media interactions and what's good practice. I mean, that's just something that they have to deal with. I still think it's a little bit hard for these companies to communicate. What's up, Captain Green Toker? With the patients because of all the restrictions. So that does drive me a little bit crazy. So, moving right along, like I said, I ain't gonna spend a lot of time on that issue. I consider it to be a closed case, man. I don't like to drag things on like that. Yeah. Yeah, and you're right, Miss Tiffany, and you said it best. The actions of one person doesn't reflect the whole company. So that's something I would want us to keep in mind. And this kind of goes into, what I've got saying here at the bottom of the screen. How can we unite the cannabis community? And, one of the things that we have to do is we have to stop trying to blame the wrong people for the problems in our program. Many times I hear patients, bashing LLC owners or different companies, faulting them for the way that the program is being operated. And I can just tell you that I've done enough research. I've talked to enough people, LLC owners, state people, legislators, and all. And that's just simply not the situation at hand. The situation is at hand is that we got a program that we really had no say-so in the creation of. The situation is we're running on a registry system that has never been designed to track cannabis purchases. The situation is the people that are in charge of managing the rules and the operations program have very limited personal experience or knowledge directly dealing with cannabis or cannabis patients, cannabis users, etc. And so, to me, the only way we're going to get this fixed is we've got to get everybody on the same page here. First thing we got to do before we start running for recreational is we got to fix the program we already got first. Because if we don't fix this program, they're just going to do a copy and paste with the rec program, and then this is going to be just as crappy as this program. So what I propose we do is we create two teams of people. A team A who will be working, trying to come up with an amendment with the legislators to fix the program. And the other team, Team B, who will be working with LLC owners, hopefully, and other community people to try to come up with some type of ballot initiative that we could have on the next election ballot, which will be next year. And so with elections coming up in less than a year, everybody needs to understand that, if people in your community don't support cannabis and they're your leaders, you're going to have to vote them out of office. I hate to be political, but I'm just keeping it real with you. There's no point in supporting people who don't care about your medicine. You just got to be real with yourself. Doesn't matter which party you're with. You just got to be real. You want people who care. And so what I would like to let you guys know is that I've been meeting with legislators. I had another meeting with one just the other day. Her name is Juanita Brent. She's one of the representatives for Cleveland area. Shout out to Cleveland. And I'm not going to talk about the draft either. I know everybody was watching the draft. Good thing my show wasn't yesterday. What's up? What's up, Mr. Juggalo for life? Good to see you. I love the way your artwork comes up here in your profile picture. I love this new live social chat box. It's great. And I just think that we need to start figuring out how we can get these things done. And so when I talked to the representative, I expressed several of the concerns that patients have. I'm going to give you a few of those: patient rights and protections, patient access, and just all around, like, the process of how the program is being run isn't running very smoothly. Yes, we're going to get some more dispensary licenses, but even that process hasn't been upgraded. It hasn't been tweaked to deal with some of the issues that we've learned in the last 2 years of the program. So it's just like we're going to copy and paste everything else we already had going on that ain't working, and then add more things on top of it and confuse everybody even further. So, what I recommend everyone does, if you haven't, I know a lot of you guys haven't done this yet, but you need to start coming to my weekend meetings, because I'm not going to be able to go through everything. I would like delivery too, Miss Tiffany. I'm not going to be able to cover everything in a Friday podcast. And what we're going to be doing is building some workshops for patients to, work on things they can do that makes them feel comfortable in participating in advocacy and trying to correct and improve House Bill 523, the Ohio Medical Marijuana Program. When it comes to recreational cannabis and the situation with that is, it is a strong belief that recreational cannabis is inevitable for Ohio. How it's going to happen is more complicated. So, what we have to focus on right now is the smaller wins we can try to get. And I'm going to let you know what those smaller wins I'm trying to get for the community are. One of those is I'm trying to see that they eliminate the tier system completely, as they said they would. I would like to see that happen. Number two, I would like to see some type of amendment that gives some protection for housing, employment, and anything to do with children or child custody. Some type of protection that stops people from being scrutinized. Also, protection for people who are getting scrutinized in their medication, or people who are being kicked off pain management because they're being told a line of BS that they can't have both at the same time, which is no rule that says that nowhere. And the program is a state-run program that basically is superseding federal law in regards to cannabis. So they have no wiggle room to stick on rules that are really rules they're going to break anyway with their own program. So it's just hypocrisy at its best. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. So what we're have to do. Yeah, Clutch has only been around for it's been a year now. It's April 2020 was doing. So Clutch has only been around for a year. Again, we cannot spend all our time complaining about what one cultivator does or doesn't do, or how good their service is, or whatever. None of those things are going to fix our program. They're just not. Because what Clutch does, what Buckeye Relief does, what Pure Ohio does, those are all business practices. Those are all operating issues within their company and their organization. We can't change that. The Florida Pharmacy is not going to be able to change that. The only way we can get stuff fixed in our program is to go to the people who are responsible for managing our program, and that's the House and the Senate of Ohio, the legislators. We have to make them listen to us. The Board of Pharmacy can modify a rule or whatever, but the legislators can change the law. They're the only ones that can give us delivery. They're the only ones that can give us home grow. It's not going to be nothing that the pharmacy is going to approve and do. And like I said, if we spend time trying to figure out how we can not spend money on our program, that will just help them with their goal of collapsing it on itself. So I'm just saying, turning on LLC is not necessarily the answer. Just all these things are just drama to me. I don't think that we should spend any more time worrying about what Clutch did. Clutch has already took care of the issue. And if we spend 2 weeks talking about what the employee at Clutch said, first of all, he's gone. He got fired. It's over with for him. He lost his job because he said something stupid he shouldn't have said. Okay? He no longer represents Clutch. Clutch decided they wanted to have a sale. I don't really think the sale was very well planned out, if you ask me. But that's what they tried to do. Did that work for him? I'm not really sure. I mean, I didn't appreciate the additional traffic trying to get in and out of the dispensary, but I didn't not appreciate the 30% discount. So, I mean, you know, I know people are on here complaining about Clutch, but how many of you that are complaining about Clutch went and got the 30% off sale anyway? That's just the question I have. I mean, was 30% off? It's 30% off. And before this guy said what he said, was you buying Clutch then or wasn't you? I'm just being real. We just gotta say it like it is. I see a lot of people on social media. I read all this stuff, y'all. I be seeing what people say about everything. And every time there's one little incident with a cultivator, then it's 3 or 4 days, maybe 2 or 3 weeks going on and on about the same cultivator. And what does that accomplish if you were just talking to social media and not the cultivator themselves? You understand what I'm saying to y'all? So let me just go back a little bit. Social media, complaining on Facebook, complaining on Twitter, complaining on it anywhere, doesn't resolve issues in any meaningful way like you think it might. It doesn't. So what I'm proposing is when people have concerns and feedback for the cultivators, I want y'all to be able to tell it to them directly to their face. How about that? I'm tired of sending emails. Do you hear me? I'm tired of sending emails. Now you hear where I'm at with it? It's getting old. I don't work for these people, so why am I sending a bunch of emails to everybody? No, we have to tell these people directly to them. So what I'm trying to do is get the LLC owners on the show so you can talk to them yourself, so you can hear it from them directly. That's what I'm interested in doing. And if I can't get them to come on the show, I'm trying to bring them to the patient meetings on the weekend. So that's the kind of way I'm trying to take care of the situation. Because like I said, social media is just a place to vent. It doesn't necessarily mean somebody has to listen there. But if you're talking to someone directly in a Zoom, face to face, or they're sitting here on air live and they got to answer the tough questions live, that's a whole different situation. It just is. And I'm telling y'all it is. So, you know, I don't ever try to offend nobody, but I'm just saying I get frustrated when I just hear people do the same cycle, complain about a cultivator, never send them a message at all most of the time, just complain to Facebook and get everybody all worked up about it, and never even call these people and ask them, do you support home grow? Do you support delivery? Do you support more medicine for patients? Ask them yourself. Quit waiting on somebody else to do it. You have the power to contact these cultivators yourself. And some of them, they got phone numbers, they got emails. I mean, but I'm just saying, we got to have a forum where we could talk to these people ourselves. And I don't mean through backdoor communications. I mean through public forums. So every month going forward, I will be inviting anyone in Ohio and beyond to come to our Zoom meeting. Once a month, we will have an open cannabis meeting for anyone, including LLC owners, legislators, lawmakers, state makers, council members, the police. I don't care. Whoever wants to hear the information and understand what the hell's going on, come to the meeting. But what I'm not going to keep letting everybody do is keep complaining on Facebook, on and on and on, and nothing is changing. Nothing. And I'm going to show you how it's not changing. Let me get to that, because I want y'all to understand why I got an attitude. So, as you know, they put out this matrix a week ago about how they came up with why they was adding more dispensaries, and we're still trying to all digest this information I'm showing you here. Most of you don't have this information, but if you would like a copy of it, just come to the meeting and we'll have it there, along with other materials. If you're interested in contacting legislators, we are, like I said, going to be doing some workshops. It's not going to be just a place to sit there and hang out, but if you would like to actually take action, we're taking action. That's where I'm at with this. I'm just tired of sitting back. I can't have all this reach to people and just watch people suffering, standing in line for their medicine and all this stuff. I mean, 73 new licenses. When? How much longer is it going to be? Next year? This year? How many more dispensaries are coming? So I'm going to go into this because this is some scooply strong long email I received the other day. 428 is when I got it. And I'm not going to read all of this because this is just a lot of information to try to get patients to digest. So these are new rules, not the ones from March, not the ones from May of last year. These are new rules that they are trying to amend. So they're trying to just change these rules without us. We ain't getting no input on this. So I want y'all to understand that these rules here, you need to understand what they are. You need to read them for yourself. And if you can't read them or you don't understand them, then what you need to do is come to the meeting on Saturday. And we can go over it with you in detail. We can help answer questions and we can get answers and work on a game plan. But like I said, we have to be able to be united on the front. And like I said, we cannot spend our time complaining about LLC owners. It's just not productive in this situation. Because the only other group of people who support the cannabis patients at this present time is the LLC owners. So if we keep trying to figure out how to alienate them, what's going to give them the motivation to stand with us if we fighting for change and improvement to the program? It's not going to work. We need them more than ever now. We need LLCs because who else has money to pay for all this stuff we're trying to get done? Who has the power to fight the state and the government? It surely ain't us. We're poor. So we had to start showing these lawmakers that this is important to us. This is our livelihood. This is our medicine. And this is what relaxes. And for the people who aren't using it for medical, it's still relaxation and recreational. So like I said before, I support home grow. I support delivery. I support recreational. But I most importantly support fixing this stupid program that has not been fixed in the last 2 years. So if you guys really, really want to see change, I expect to see every last one of y'all at the meeting tomorrow. And if you can't make the one tomorrow, no worries, because we have 3 meetings every week. 3 meetings. On Tuesday, it's Ladybuds for the ladies. For the ladies. On Thursday, it's Ohio Cannabis Brothers. Because we're all brothers and sisters in this together. No matter what you look like, what you believe in, we all are human and we all benefit from this plant. Facts, folks, facts. So as I leave this nonsense on the screen, and I'm not going to say that it's really it's nonsense because it's so many words for people who have hard time reading a lot of font like me. This will give me a migraine trying to understand what the hell this information in front of us means. It's just, but we have to know, because if we don't pay attention to what's going on, then we don't have a chance to participate in the rulemaking process. Okay. And so that's why it's critical. And we have right now on this particular notice, folks, we have until May the 6th to do comments. As you can hear, my doggy's talking to me right now. She likes to be on the show. She gets worked up too. But like I said, so yeah, we have to finish the comments on May the 6th. So what I expect everybody to do is to say, hey, Mastermind, I need a copy of this information you just sent me so that I can study it. Because guess what? They're supposed to be sending this. This should be sent to every patient in the program automatically. But we don't have it. You don't have it. Do you guys got it? Do anybody have this document I'm showing you right now on the screen? Chime in. I don't think you do. Yes, that is what it is, Tim. But you're missing the point, Tim. Most people watching this don't know nothing about CSI. They don't know nothing about J cars. They don't understand how to participate in the program. That's the point I'm trying to make. And what I'm saying is this information, getting it to somebody who doesn't know that this is about an amendment process and a bunch of language, they're just not going to digest this information. They're just going to ignore it. And then they don't even know what happened. The same thing happened in March. They had a hearing. It was about some rule changes. No one paid any attention to it. We showed up deep, 100+ people in there, and they freaked out and canceled the meeting within 15 minutes. Guess what? That stuff never got brought back up. Show me where that is. We're not even on that no more. Now we're on this. This is not even the same stuff that we were talking about before. This is some whole other thing. So that's all I'm getting at, Tim, is like they just confusion. It's confusion. It's not very clear. There is no state cannabis education platform. What happened to the newsletter? How many newsletters did you receive? I don't know why I'm a little blurry here. Yeah, I'm a little blurry. Yeah. I don't understand that. We put a newsletter out. Yeah, but guess what? A lot of people don't even know what the website address is, and some people can't even spell it, Tim. Did they even consider that? Ohio Medical Marijuana.org.omj, whatever it is. It's not just that easy for some people to do that. Some people can't even figure out how to use Zoom. That's what I'm saying. It's not user friendly. That's the thing. Look at it like that. The whole system is not user friendly to people with disabilities. How is it set up for people who are deaf? How is it set up for people who are blind? How is it set up for people who speak Spanish only? How is it set up for people who speak other languages? Any other state program, Medicaid, welfare, SNAP benefits, all these other things. You have the right. We can't discriminate against you, and on and on and on. You know what your patient rights are. How come we don't have the same thing for patients? Well, Papa Patriot, what he's talking about is there's various newsletters. Actually, there's a couple different ones. You can go on the state's website and sign up for a bunch of emails, updates, and I'm signed up to all of them. And I can tell you that the information that I received, that did not come from that email chain. That was sent directly to me from somebody over there. So it wasn't even an email that you guys would have received, as far as I know. Maybe Tim, you could correct me on that if you got it in a regular email, but I didn't see it. I didn't get it. And I pay attention to any emails from the Ohio Medical Marijuana Program. But if you need the website, it's medicalmarijuana.ohio.gov. And I'm going to bring it up here for you guys. And I'm going to show you. Here's the website. And there's the helpline that we all know is useless. Yeah, I got a chance to see just the little bits and pieces of that, Tim. And that's great news what they're doing in Lima. So shout out to Lima for, pretty much decriminalizing cannabis in their jurisdiction. I think that's awesome. And we can see a wave of that type of activity in other places. Tim, that would be awesome, man. I think that would be great. But yes, so I just want to show people what Tim's talking about in case you want to do it. So this is where you sign up for updates and you put it in here. Yeah, well, they sent out a couple newsletters. I don't know. I think I saw a February and a March. I didn't remember seeing April. We're at the end of April, so I didn't get a newsletter. They figured, well, we told them we're going to be having more dispensaries. They got enough news right there. So, but yeah, you put in your email here and subscribe. Now, also down here, you guys, here is the same thing that I'm showing you about that opportunity for comment. Now, if you want to get the thing, you hit read more. And this comes up here, and then I have to click on this. Then I can read this, which isn't even what I just showed you. So I'm just showing you what the average person would go through trying to figure out how to navigate to these things they're talking about. I go here, And the state of Ohio has filed a man program rule comments initiative. Those impacted rules submit comments. Okay, now if I'm just the average Joe reading this, I don't know what the hell they're talking about. And then, the next thing we have is the March 25th meeting. So, and think about it for a second. If this is the news tab, why isn't the part about the additional dispensaries? Isn't that news? Wouldn't that be right here when they put out an official statement, but they didn't put it out on their website? Like, maybe I'm missing it. No, it just happened last week before last. So they didn't even put out a thing here. See, look, here's the meeting. I'm showing y'all what's here. They're just spinning us in circles. Yeah, that's it. They're not really trying to give us all the information like we should be getting it. That's why I had to go in there and ask for it, sometimes dig around for it on this website. Because when I click on this, and it takes me to this, and then it says, you can go to here, government pharmacy proposed, okay, and rules for public comment. This is a document that I already went over with you guys, but if you want a copy of it, I'll send you a copy of it. This just explains how we can participate, and this is what I was asking them, why are we not being able to follow this process the way it's outlined in this guide? And they couldn't give me no answer. So I'm just bringing this up really honestly because I feel like if we don't get people in the mode of looking at these type of things when they come up, even if it's not relevant to us specifically, it's still practice in us understanding the rulemaking process and how we do have opportunities to comment about all these different changes that there are, amendments that they're making. And that's important for people in the cannabis community to know that. And I feel like there's not no one really they're not trying to make us know that. I mean, if I'm not on here telling you about this, y'all wouldn't even know about it. That's what I'm getting at. Not everybody knows to go sign up for updates. It's just frustrating. Okay, Mo Vision, I got you, brother. I'll hook you up, whatever stuff you want me to send, and I'll send it over. That's what I do. I try to get everybody the information. So again, what I want to talk over to next is something that's probably closer to me, but not necessarily everybody else. But I had to show y'all this nice, extra clean picture of a new dispensary, Strawberry Fields, Columbus. I've got another picture to show you on the side. Here's a side profile of it. So this is a single building. The parking is in the back. This is located in Bexley, Ohio, which is a part of Columbus. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate you too, sir. Thanks for being here today. Yeah, well, the big players are really just the lawmakers, man. Everybody else wants to expand and open up more shops, man. It's not. The big players are the lawmakers who are keeping the laws from being upgraded and changed. So that's the resistance we're fighting. It's hard to get people to see that. It's not how people think it is. I'm telling you, it's not. It's more about who's running the show as far as our government, and that's why we're having so many problems. So anyway, not to stay on this too long, but this one we don't have any information of when it's coming, when it will be open. However, it does look closer to opening than it did last time I drove by. Last time I don't think the strawberry, and they actually have strawberry fields all the way around it. So on the other side of the building, I'm not showing you, but it also says strawberry fields. So I remember a time when they weren't even allowed to put a sign on the building. So this is a big deal. This is on Main Street. So this is a main road for dispensary on it. So this is kind of and this is also in the neighborhood. There's a neighborhood behind this dispensary as well. So that's another thing. So that will help, but that's not going to help everybody. Okay. So going back to the map, and I just like to go over this a couple times for people who didn't catch it last week. This map is going to show you what we currently have. Yeah, the licensing process is totally unfair, and it's not reasonable for the average mom and pop person to try to get in business. So this is kind of another thing that I'm frustrated with, Mole Vision. So yeah, you're right on, you're spot on with that, buddy. But this can kind of give you an idea of the proposed changes that they want to do. So, that one area where it's in the gray. Yes. All right. Thanks, Tim, for that little extra piece of data there, man. You know, I'm happy to hear that. But I hope that the addition of more dispensaries will help lower prices for people. But I want to point to some things that we can look at here. Like, let me get this up on the screen so I can see it better, because it's kind of hard for me to see. So over in the far left-hand area in the corner, where you see what we call the gray area, you see there's no dispensaries there in that gray area. So no, buddy, it's way more than that, man. It would be a total of 130 dispensaries when it's all said and done. We currently had 57 for the limit. The limit was extended to 130. That was an additional 73 new spots, new dispensaries. So I just want to kind of look at the changes. So in the gray area, instead of you having 0, you now have 1. In the orange area, instead of having 1, now you have 2. And you can see, you know, in the area where there was none, we're getting 1. In the area where there was 1, you're getting 2. Up here in the top left corner there, only because I can't really see the counties, it's so small. You know, you're seeing the 1 up there. But still, this area still is gonna be, it's gonna be better, but it's still gonna be kind of harder in this area, I think, on the far up north hand side, I think. I noticed up near Cleveland, they're gonna get 12. So yeah, it's gonna be better, but it can be even better than this. I mean, I'm gonna tell you a big jump, guys. Is look down in the very bottom, number 3, down there in the quarter, number 3, the light blue. That sucker going from 3 to 11. Now that's a jump down there, yo. That's a big jump. Well, Northwest, you're getting stores. You're getting stores. You're going, but you're not getting as many as everybody else down there. I noticed this other little light blue area where it says 0. You're gonna have 2 there now, so that'll be helpful. So this is an expansion, that's for sure. It's still gonna be a lot of county sharing. 3 counties are gonna be sharing 2 dispensaries, whereas before they were only sharing 1, and that was probably harder. But I still think, well, I hate all these crazy numbers. Why can't we just give everybody 3 or 4 or 5 dispensaries? Why can't we just pick an even number? Every county, 4 dispensaries. You know, how many CVS? Well, somebody needs to find out. Yeah, I thought it was 9. Thought it was 9. What about Harvest, Tim? I thought we was getting 9 more. Am I missing one? Let's see. We have 5 now. Wait, yes, 10. You're right. Yeah, you're right, because we got Bloom, Botanist, Verdant, and who else? Bloom, Botanist. Who's the 4th? Terra Center. Ah, yeah, I forget about them guys. Okay, so then, yeah, you're right. Well, no, that would be 11 then, wouldn't it? It would be 11 more, right? But then if we're counting Harvest, then that would make it 10, right? I don't know. You tell me, Tim. And I'm looking at, okay, I'm just looking for more bigger changes that are like, whoa. Yeah, like up in the top top right corner up near Cleveland, you're getting the one area they had 2, now they're gonna have 5, so they're doubling there. And the other area, they're doubling those dispensaries there. So I think, you know, the main thing is how long Harvest may be getting sold. Okay, Tim. That's probably not the best thing to happen. That means another MSO might be swooping it up. But heck, another MSO was already helping it anyway, so we'll see what happens there. Seems like a weird situation there. I've never seen. Yeah, I know 15 for Franklin. I see that on the map. I was just trying to figure out where the 5th dispensary was. I know Harvest. See, guys, Harvest is physically there, so it's physically on High Street. The building's there, and the signs on the building, and everything else. So it's technically it's here. So that makes 5. Really, truthfully, it just ain't open. Yeah, I mean, there are more cultivators coming online too. I mean, I'm still hearing rumors about the botanists coming online for flower. They're online for processing, but not flower yet. But they may be growing it. I'm not sure. I heard another company's coming out. Okay. At first they was calling by themselves Pure Ohio, but now they're just gonna call themselves Pure OH because there's already a Pure Ohio. It would be confusing. I don't know how that happened, but there's Pure Ohio Wellness, and then you're gonna see Pure OH, which is still Pure Ohio. So look out for that to happen. And I heard that they're bringing flowers and processed goods, so that'll be another one. And so as we get more dispensaries, more companies online, prices should drop a lot. Can you imagine what it's going to look like when there's 15 dispensaries in Franklin County, 12 in Cleveland? I mean, those are going to be, and then 11 down there, and I'm thinking that's Hamilton County, Cincinnati. Can you imagine? So Cleveland, Franklin County, Columbus, and then up there in Cuyahoga, man, those are going to be like cannabis meccas. Where you're going to go there, you're going to make the pilgrimage to Cleveland or make the pilgrimage to Franklin County, Columbus, and or Cincinnati area. And, Cincinnati, I'm sorry, guys, you got to get them to lower the taxes back down up there. The sales tax is 7.8%. You got to get that lowered. You guys had to fight that, get that down. They raised it to 0.8% on y'all last year. Y'all got to get that reversed ASAP. Because no matter what you do in Cincinnati, you're overpaying. Sorry. You might want to go over to Monroe or to Lebanon because the tax rate there is less. Or, is it Mommy? Is that what it is over there? I think is it Mommy? No, is it Painesville? I don't know. I have to go over to that Bloom over there. I haven't been there. Sorry, guys. My mind goes crazy when I try to figure out where stuff is. Something else I want to tell you guys I noticed too is iHeartJane changed their website. Does anybody else notice that? One down the way for me is for sale. Oh, okay. Hold up. Yeah, maybe you should go ahead and buy it and then see what happens. See if you get some people to invest. That might be the thing to pull off. Try to pull off there, because it really it matters. It matters. And so one thing I think that we have to look at now is that how can we take action? And the way we can take action is just getting ourselves together and getting us all on the same page. Like I said, I want to do that through some meetings. And then, hopefully, they keep saying COVID's going to be over by the summertime. I don't know if I believe that. Let's see the numbers today. Or, drum roll, please. Looks like we're flattening. Looks like we're going down under the line. So we're below the 21-day average. Hospitalizations making a wave. ICUs making an uptick there. And deaths seem to be making a wave too. We got waves here. This looks like somebody's heartbeat. So, we're not over with this yet. So, we might be getting better. But we're not done yet. So I think that that's something we need to keep in mind. I got my vaccine. I'm fully vaccinated now. I'll tell you guys about that. And I got something else to tell you guys about too. So I got the second shot and I had the Pfizer, and he said it would be. I was tired. My arm hurt a lot for about 48 hours. Fatigue, that was really it. And then it was over. How I feel about it really is that, we're a little late getting that vaccine, as far as I'm concerned, because by the time we've all getting this vaccine, now there's all these other versions of it and these variants and other things. So, it seems like we're not going to beat this virus by just doing a vaccine one time. It seems like it's going to be something we'll have to do again. And I'm not one to take a lot of shots and vaccines. And I just think that, it's going to be hard for people to want to buy into it at this point because there's been so much misinformation out there. I see some states talking about giving you $100 to go get that shot. Like, man, we'll pay you to go get the shot. and people still are not interested. So I mean, even in the face of cash, cold hard cash, they still don't want to do it. So, and I respect people that don't want to do it. I ain't got nothing against them, but I just can't be around you that much. Keep my distance. I think that it would be better if we had ways to test ourselves, and then we could kind of make our own decisions. So I'd like to see those home test kits come out to help people, because that would make a difference, I think. So, that's where we're at. So we're gonna have a meeting tomorrow at 7:30. You have to go on the website Ohio Cannabis Live to RSVP, and then once you do that, you will receive the Zoom link in your email, and I'm just going to show you guys that for those who have never done an RSVP on my website before. I got this new mouse, and it's like, I don't know, kind of weird. It sticks on me sometimes. Okay. And I'm sorry, last week I found out there was a humming, so my other microphone died on me. So I had to switch up mics. And so yeah, here's the website. And all you gotta do is go up to the top and go to events. And the meeting's right here. We see there's people on there. Still room for you. The space is limited. And like I said, this is a safe space. We're not, we're not trying to, have a place where people be arguing or just a complaint session of sorts. Not a complaint session where we sit in there and complain about everything, but we try to figure out ways that we can work together. And after I had the meeting with Representative Brent, it gave me some ideas on what we might be able to do. So I will be working with the Representative Brent and Senator Yuko to try to get the other lawmakers to listen. So what I'm proposing right now is a meeting or panel discussion with other lawmakers on both sides, legislators. These are people that can actually modify and write amendments to the law and change it much faster than anything else that we're talking about doing. And if we can get them to listen to some of the concerns that you guys have and kind of have you testify as to what's going on in the program that just ain't right, I think that will help a lot, and that will help sway them into taking action. So if they're hearing from their constituents and they don't have time to read what you said on Facebook or Twitter or wherever else you're posting, Reddit and all that, they're not looking at that. They're not looking at those things. So we got to make sure we tell them, like I said, to their face, and directly and personally, and let them know these things that are happening in the program. People standing outside, people's medicine being sold, these crazy online ordering systems. Nobody's answering the phone when you call. You drove 2 hours, then you get there, you're out of days. The system that tracks the days doesn't work. I mean, it's a shit show. Isn't it? Isn't it, guys? I mean, you can't keep up with your days. The dispensary can't keep up with your days. Days. Guess what? I don't have any days, y'all. So I know what it's like when you run out of days. I'm straight out of days. But one thing I'm going to be doing is having a meeting on the weekend to explain to you what I do. So when I do run out of days, I'm not in a panic. And I can still smile and say, I'm out of days. And I'm not worried. So, that'll be something you guys can stay tuned for. Also, I want to let you guys know, we'll be doing an interview with the CEO of Keef Brands. Hopefully that will be coming up sometime in May. We'll be doing a video with Dr. and Professor Montgomery, the University of Cincinnati. We'll be talking about cannabis use disorder. I'm not going to explain it. I'm going to let her explain it to you what that is. And it'll be a learning experience for us all. I would also like to get someone to come on the show and talk about how cannabis has helped them with their other drug addictions. I know there are many patients out here who have told me their stories of how cannabis has helped them get off of hard drugs or opiates completely, or at least partially. And so I think that those are the kind of stories that people in the public need to hear from. It can't be me just on here by myself all the time. It can't be about reviews all the time, and it can't be about complaining about something somebody said on Facebook all the time. We got to be past that. We got to do better than that. And so I want to make sure that we address those type of things when they occur. But I just don't want us to be totally distracted by that and waste a lot of useful energy. If we can get it so much energy about what one clutch employee says, how come we can't get that same energy to fix the program? How about that? Because like I said, the more people that stand up and say something, the more they will have to listen and make changes. The more people just talk about it on social media and closed circles and private groups, the less likely anything's going to happen. And we need to start making sure our local media knows where we stand as well. So, I'm the cannabis media, but you need to be talking to your local media and say, can you do a story about the program for us in my community to help talk about some of the things that we're dealing with, and some of the things that are not right? We got to shine the light on this. We got to paint the picture. Paint the picture. That's what we got to do. Yeah, we got to stand up and fight Mo Vision. We do. And, it is not just ranting on Facebook. It's not. And so, like I said, the first step in us moving forward is us uniting together. So, like I said, the meeting is tomorrow. And if you missed that one, no worries, no hard feelings for me. There will be another one next Saturday. But then the one next Saturday on I think it's May the 8th. I'm looking at my calendar. March. Yeah, May the 8th, the meeting is open to the public. So, and that meeting will be streamed live. So what that means is that meeting will be open to the public, and it will be broadcast live on my YouTube and on Facebook via Zoom. So you will be able to participate in that meeting even if you don't come into the Zoom. So, but you'll be able to see everybody, and you'll be able to get the same presentation that people on Zoom are getting. And we will have someone there to talk to you while you're commenting so that your comments aren't ignored if I'm not able to answer them myself. So I will have someone helping with that. We will make sure our meetings will be moderated, and we'll make sure to respect people's privacy. However, the meeting that we do once a month, it will be public, and we will be streaming it live. So if you don't want to come to that meeting, or if you just want to hide your face and go audio only and still be in the meeting, it's totally okay. If you don't even want to use Zoom, you can dial in on the phone number. We even have a phone number. You can call us now and dial into the meeting. And, we're going to try to work on some other fun things to do, not just all advocacy stuff. So I'm going to do a movie night. I want to do movie trivia. So you guys start thinking about things we can do virtually. And, down the road, hopefully in person, we can come up with some events that we can do together as a cannabis community. And I would love to work with all the other organizations out there to achieve these type of goals. So although I have my own thing and I'm doing my own thing, that doesn't mean that I don't want to work with other organizations. So I just want to call out and say to all the other organizations who haven't tried to work with me yet or haven't done anything together, we need to do stuff together and stop doing all these little separate things. Because we can reach everybody if we're all working together. But if everybody's doing all these little separate things, it becomes confusing and overwhelming for people. So let's all work together. Let's create an event with all the different people who are advocates together. And let's just make it one big major virtual event where we can get everybody in there. I want to break a Zoom record. The most people I've seen in these Zooms is about 20 people, maybe 30. I want to see 100. I want to break Zoom. How about that? I want to see it say I've maxed out for the day. And then we'll just open another Zoom on another account. Keep it going. So, or I'll launch it from my website because I also have the same features that Zoom has on my website, but it's still in development. And there's more updates coming to my website too. So eventually what I'm hoping to do is to put the strain database out there, which will allow you to look up strains in our program, see what they've been testing at over time, look at batch numbers, look at harvest dates. It'll be a massive project. I ain't gonna be able to do it by myself. Y'all gonna have to help me. And the last thing I'm gonna tell you guys before I go today is that although I'm always smiling here because you guys really bring the best out in me, um, I'm having some health problems. You might notice I'm a little bouncy a little bit. That's just because I'm in a lot of pain. But that doesn't stop me from doing this. This is super important to me. So, like, I stop everything to do this every Friday. But just so you guys know what's going on with me, I had a hernia mesh repair in September of 2019. And at first, I felt like the surgery was quite successful. It's hernia mesh repair in my umbilical hernia mesh repair. It's like your belly button area. And about 6 months in, right around the height of COVID, March 2020, I just start feeling pain there. I'm like, what's happening? I didn't know. I freaked out. I called the surgeon. Man, I'm in pain all of a sudden, man. Did I do another hernia? What did I do? And they was like, oh no, it's probably just a nerve. Don't worry. You get you in here, you get a shot in the incision with a big needle, steroid shot, fix it. And that didn't work. Long story short. So now I've went through some more doctors, talked to some other people, including the infamous pain management. We'll talk about that in another video. And it comes down to simply where I'm going to have to decide whether or not to leave the hernia mesh in or remove the hernia mesh. And I don't know if that's a remove and replace. I won't know that till next week. My next consultation with the surgeon is next week. If I do have to have this surgery, which it seems almost inevitable, because I could be having a reaction to the hernia mesh, is what could be happening. And that means that they take it out, they're going to make a bigger incision. I could get a whole new hernia that I didn't have before. The hernia that I had is fixed. Let me keep that part out there. The hernia that I had is fixed. So if you take the hernia mesh out, it's no longer fixed. They would have to try to fix it somehow their way. So that's the stress I'm over right now. I'm trying to decide, take it out, leave it in, fight it. Another option that they said would be a nerve block. What that just means is that they burn the nerve so bad that it's not active. It doesn't work. But in my experience, I had a nerve block in my back, and the nerve block is temporary. The nerve regenerates itself and it grows back in the same area, and the same pain returns again. Hence, oh, you need another one. Hence, they're making money. I'm good on that. Yeah, I've heard those infusions, man, and every time I hear it, when I ask them about that, like, nah, you don't want no infusion. I'm like, well, why not? I mean, infuse me with something to make me feel better? I mean, but no, it doesn't. So I really couldn't function the way I do. I couldn't do what I do without medical cannabis. It would be literally impossible for me to do this without you, the viewers, the subscribers, the people on Facebook, the people on Discord, the people on Instagram, the people on Twitter, the people and LLC owners, all of them, everybody, even some of the people that I worked with at the state. Without all those people working and talking and communicating and trying to do something, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't have been able to do this. And honestly, if I have this surgery, I may be down for weeks. And I'll be doing videos from my bed because I'm so determined never to give up. But then there's another variable, and that is the portal hypertension that I have, which is basically pressure on the main vein running through my liver. This is a complication of cirrhosis. This was just recently found out. So I have to have a follow-up test to see if I have internal bleeding. It's called esophageal. I can never say it. It's varices bleeding. It's bleeding internally. People that have portal hypertension almost certainly end up at some point with varices. And so the question they're on to answer now is, do I have varices now, or is varices imminently about to happen? If it is or isn't, then they still may do a procedure while I'm getting the test, which is an upper endoscopy, which is where they take a scope, stick it down your throat, and look down in your stomach and at your liver and all your other intestines. I've had lots of them, so it's like a walk in the park to me. Maybe scary to others, but I'm not scared or anything of that. But I just want to let you guys know that if I all of a sudden drop off, and you don't see videos from me, or all of a sudden everything I'm doing is suddenly canceled, no need for conspiracies. I've already told you today exactly what it is, and that, you know, it's still not going to stop me. I'll still figure out a way to do it, even if I have to have the virtual robot do it, or Alexa do it, or I'll make somebody do it. I'll have somebody else hosting the show. I'll come up with it, believe me. So, you know, you can't give up. I know a lot of people out there are suffering and fighting and concerned about their housing, about their employment, about their medical care, about access, about their affordability to afford this medicine. And I'm addressing all those issues. I assure you, I am going through every last one of them. And at sometimes, and many of you know, I've brought people to the meeting and let them tell legislators right to their face, tell them yourself. That way, they can hear from more than just me. So if you want to come on the show and tell your story about cannabis and you're not camera shy, come on in, come on down. I really do need you. If you want to help me out, come on the show and tell your story about how this medicine's helping you. That's the kind of stuff that, you see, can't nobody be around me. You see, even if there's someone walking around my property, motion detected. You know, you can't even walk around my house because I don't want anybody around here. I'm just kidding. But that just lets you know the level of security around here. It's no joke. But anyway, I'm going to close with that, just saying thank you again for all the prayers and support. I still know a few of you have not hit the subscribe button yet. Yes, it does tell me. And oh, by the way, I just want to give you an update on the YouTube monetization. I've made $8, but I can't even collect it because you have to make at least $100 to be able to collect it. Yeah, everybody's getting their own echo, because I don't want to say her name so she doesn't start talking. Everybody's getting their own little echo thing. So, you know, this is how it is. So, yeah, I'm hoping to see you guys at the meeting tomorrow. RSVP. I only got a few RSVPs. We did set it up on Facebook, too, so you could just find it there. If you can't get to my website for some weird reason, you can go through, RSVP it through the Facebook, too. I set that up. Somebody said try that. I will create the next link for the next meeting earlier so that we have more time for people to RSVP. So I do apologize. I have been feeling bad, and I'm behind on setting up my events calendar on my website. So, and we are behind because we've got some more updates. We will be creating a terms of service, a user agreement, and we will eventually hopefully be able to sell merch on the website for people who want to get bumper stickers. I'll probably give those away for free. T-shirts, hats, grinders, rolling trays. Those things are coming soon. But I got to go through all the right processes and steps to do that so that I don't have a problem. So it's going to take some time to get everything up and running. I upgraded the website, upgraded security and everything, and I added some more stuff to our website. I upgraded this program we're using, as you can see that too. And so it's a lot for me to do by myself. So anyone who would like to volunteer to help me do stuff, email me at ohiocannabislive@gmail.com. I really would appreciate some help. I am a bit overwhelmed at times. I don't have money to pay anybody, but I do have a lot of love and positive energy to share with people if you would like to have it. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get off here, and I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Peace.